How would I describe my music? Kind of a mix between, I would say, like 80s kind of mixed with new pop with a bit of an R&B kind of flair to it. I grew up since a child singing in a chorus, but I was always a hip hop head. Everything from Nas to Wu-Tang to, of course, Biggie and Tupac. My first tape was Black Sheep, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Coming from a rock and roll background, I kind of went as far away from that as possible. My whole life until about 3 or 4 years ago when I decided to follow my lifelong dream, which was to be a singer. So I've kind of named it 2080s. Some people like it, some people don't, but that's the way I describe it when asked.
As an engineer, I've seen so many people work, but Chris has he just has a distinct style.
Yeah, it's definitely a musical family. It's not like we're the Partridge Family. When I decided I wanted to focus on being a singer, a songwriter, first people I worked with were DJ Cassidy, Cass and Dubs, Dallas Austin, who's another good friend, shout out to Dallas Austin, Ryan Leslie.
I met Chris in Vegas, and he was doing a song, and he asked me to listen to a song if she lets me. I don't know, it was one of those things, like, bam. I love his voice, and I love the song, and so there was no question, of course I'd get on it.
And I kind of presented this to Scott Storch. My biggest fear of becoming an artist was the day that somebody was going to put me on the spot, somebody like big, and say, okay, here, sing. And the day I got to his house and I was like, okay, this is what I've recorded. I want to be a singer. He was like, okay, we're going to go to the piano. I'm going to play Let It Be and you're going to sing it. And if you don't impress me, you should just completely give up on being a singer altogether and find a different passion. So it was like my worst nightmare coming true. And we went to the piano in his house and he played it and he says I blew him away. And he was actually the one to sort of switch my gears from trying to be an R&B singer to focusing on more of a different genre of music because, he just saw a bigger picture for me. I just want to make music that people can listen to in the club and dance to, and they can sing when they're just like kind of walking down the street, that they can play in the car, that hopefully makes them drive faster with more confidence. I've got a couple love songs, hopefully people in relationships can use that. Just make music that people can really enjoy, but not just enjoy like listening to it like, okay, that was a cool song, but take something out of it, something that applies to their life, whether it be to their relationship or to what they're feeling or what they're going through, or I don't know. The songwriting process is weird. I just get ideas from different places. I can't really touch on where they come from exactly. It just comes. Some songs take hours and days and weeks to write. Some songs come in 5 minutes. I've been working on and off for the past 3 years on this project.
Working with Chris is such a pleasure. We work very efficiently, do crazy 16-hour days, and a lot of stuff gets done. So it's a very exciting time.
I've known Chris for a long time, and I know that he's been working on an album for a while, and I think he's been working on it because it has to be the perfect album, and I think music now is the perfect time for him. Let's be real, he's cute, what the fuck? Like, he's a looker. Chris looks good, and I think, girls are gonna like it, but, they'll see he's not just a beautiful face, he also has talent.
There's been some ups and downs. I wasn't 100% focused. I didn't really know what it took to be an artist in the beginning. It's a lot of hard work and dedication, and in this past year I feel like I've really pulled it together and gotten really, really, really focused.